Hello and welcome to the final week of Pacific Pick'ems of the stage of the group stage. So far, my pick'ems have been outstanding, to be fair. Like genuinely, I've been doing so well. I've been popping off. Like I'm in the top what? How many users are above me? Like 55 out of like a couple out of like 15,000, something like that. I might be wrong on that though. I know there was somewhere I figured out that there was one group that had like 15,000 players, but I mean, if you take 0.35, 0.035, no, wait, let's do the big one. Let's do the 0.132, the 13.2%, and then take that, um, and take 1,862 divided by that. Yeah, 14,000 users. Like, I'm in the top, like there's only like 50, 60 people that are better than me out of like 14,000 people. Like that's pretty good. And so far, I mean, last week I had two pretty big upsets that I got wrong. I mean, I was thinking, it's funny. I was talking about this. If you watched my last video, I was like, I could see both these games being upsets. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to pick Boom over DRX. And both of them ended up upsetting. So I was on it. I was actually there. I was there saying that both those games would be upset worthy. And they both got upset. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. And then obviously Zeta beat Talon. But that one, Talon just looked ass cheeks. Like I don't know what it is with Talon, man. That just they look good every other week, man. Like they looked pretty mediocre against Team Secret. And then they looked ass cheeks against RQ. And then they looked really good against Nongshim. And then they looked really shit against Zeta. Like uh, they're just an every other week Warrior team, and Talon might even not even make playoffs because they lost that game because they're playing T1 next week. I don't know, man. But yeah, now going into this week, I mean, there are some really fun games and some that shouldn't really be that close. But let's get into them. And we start off with a game that PRX should win. I mean, look, they did not look good against DFM today. They really did not look good against DFM today. Like, it was to the point where I basically stopped watching halfway through Lotus because it was that bad. Now, GE, look, okay, GE are in complete shambles. All right, they are in complete shambles. All right, sure, they beat DFM 2-0, but that was before everything went wrong for GE. And therefore, I'm going to pick Paper X to beat them. And I think Paper X are going to make playoffs. Considering how they started, they probably should not be making playoffs. But I do think Paper X will be making playoffs. I do think so. Now, T1 versus Talon. I know T1 did just get beat by RRQ. And if I don't remember wrong, okay, no, RRQ absolutely bodied Talon. I don't care. T1 are winning that game, even if they just lost to RRQ. I know Talon are looking having one good week, one bad week, one good week, one bad week. But even if Talon are having a good week, they should not beat T1. That's how good I think T1 are. And RRQ is one of those teams that I genuinely believe are just consistently a top team. And I think Nongshim in that game where they played against them just looked absolutely incredible. And then have had some off performances here and there, but even then, like Nongshim, I think is better than Talon, and Talon just had an insane game against Nongshim. And as I said, like in their peak performances, they look really good, and that's what we saw against Nongshim, right? They lost 13-5 in the first map and won 13-8, 13-6. Like, it was a close game that just where just Nongshim got the better of them, got the worst end of the stick. But T1, even if it gets close, T1 will close that game out, and I'm not gonna doubt it. Now, going into Genji Pape DRX, this is the banger game of the week. This is the game of the week, and I don't think it's close. This is obviously the Korean Derby, uh, and it's gonna be so fun. I genuinely believe so. I mean, look, Genji, they've been looking good, right? They lost pretty badly to Boom week one, but ever since then, they had a close game against PRX, and then they had a pretty comfortable win against DFM, and then a pretty comfortable win against V. Like, they looked good enough, right? To be, for me to look at it and be like, they could beat the DRX. Current form DRX, they could beat them. But at the same time, it's DRX though. Right? It's DRX. But I also want to pick Genji. That's the thing. Genji. I'm going there. DRX are going to lose their final two games going into playoffs. And it feels like shit, but it's gonna. I think it's gonna happen. Now, I do think Nongshim will beat Zeta. Um, I know I doubted Zeta last week, and it ended up not paying off. But I think Nongshim on their day are similar to RQ, and on their off days are still pretty good. And I think that's the difference between them and Talon. Because I think on their day, Talon is one of the best teams in the world. On an off day, they're still like a pretty okay team. Talon on an off day is one of the worst teams in the world. And that's sort of the difference. Where Zeta just got to play the bad Talon, and that's why they won. And I don't think we're gonna see that against Nongshim. So I'm picking Nongshim to beat Zeta. Now, this one is probably the easiest game we're gonna have, as I don't think Boom in any sense of the world is ever even gonna drop a map against DFM. Like, I'm sorry, they're not dropping a map to DFM. I mean, DFM has won one map so far, and it was against Paper X. And that map they won against Paper X was Ascent, which, looking at them before, they've played it once before and got shit on by DRX. And looking at Boom, I mean, Boom, I'm pretty sure just showed their first Ascent, right? Yeah, they just showed Ascent for the first time, I'm pretty sure, right? Or no, not the first time. But they showed a new comp for the first time, and it looked really good. They won 13-8 against one of the best teams in the region, right? And then they showed their new Icebox, and they won 13-8 once again against one of the best teams in the region. And then their Haven, which has looked really good, to be fair. Um, they got 12-14. Like, they kept it close with DRX on every single one of the maps. And the best DRX got of him was a close loss. And the best Boom got out of DRX was two pretty convincing maps. Now, like, looking into, like, as I said, their Ascent has been pretty good. They're not losing to DFM on Ascent, alright? Like, they lost to Paper X, sure, which was the team that literally, like, just lost to DFM on Ascent. But it was in a 13-11 game. And ever since then, Boom has completely changed comps. I don't see them losing this. I just don't see them losing this. And I don't see them even losing them. Now, RRQ should also be Team Secret, and I don't think there's going to be anyone questioning that. RRQ have some bad days, sure. But even on a bad day, they are not losing to this current Team Secret. I mean, Team Secret, to be fair to them, have been looking better and got a map off of T1 and everything like that. But RRQ beat T1, and it was a pretty fluky map. They won against T1. Even then, as it was a 13-9, and then they got absolutely stomped on the other two. So they're not winning. But yeah, that's my pick'ems. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.